You two ready to record?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome to Next Week in Wolfeboro. I am your host, Calvin. We are coming to you from the Wolfeboro Community Television studios, where we bring your community to view. Mark is away this weekend, but I'm excited to join him as co-host when he is back again next week. We say thank you to our friends at Yum Yum Shop for underwriting Next Week in Wolfeboro. It is through the support of underwriters and donors like you that programs like this are possible on Wolfeboro Community Television. If you would like to underwrite a program for Wolfeboro Community Television, please contact our producers at 569-0219. We also want you to let your friends and family from out of town know that they can watch this program on YouTube. Once you are logged in, just search for Next Week in Wolfeboro, and you will find our channel. All right, let's start right out with a report from the Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Rees is ready with the report we're sending to you, Mr. Rees.
Hi, and welcome to Next Week in Wolfeboro. My name is Mary. I'm back inside the Information Center. Stop by and say hello. We would love that. And you can also, while you're here, pick up your copy of the Community Events Calendar, the yellow piece that I'm holding right now. And I'm getting some events off of it to tell you about. So on Wednesday, November 19th, that is the next day the Life Ministries Food Pantry will be open, and they are open from 10 until 1, and then they reopen from 4 to 6 that same day. So that is Wednesday the 19th. And you can call them for more information at 569-0202. On Friday the 21st, the Wolfeboro Area Farmers Market is held, and that is from 3 to 6 p.m. inside Abenaki Ski Lodge. And that is over on Route 109A. It's in the same location as the Pop, Whale, and Ice and Arts Arena. That's on the 21st. Kingswood Regional High School, their drama department is putting on Cinderella for that live performance. It is on November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd with different times for those 3 days. And then Turkey Trot is coming up on November 22nd. You're going to want to register to compete in that through Parks and Recreation, 569-5639. The Turkey Trot starts here outside the Information Center on that Saturday the 22nd. And just some other reminders, the Wolfeboro Lions Club has its annual Poinsettia Day sale, and you can contact the Lions Club directly. I really need to slow down today, I'm sorry. And we can help you get in touch with them. You can call us about any of this information at 569-2200. Also, the Christmas in Wolfeboro Parade will be the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It starts at 3 o'clock. We have the entry forms for you to pick up here. They are also available on wolfeborochamber.com, or once again, give us a call anytime, 569-2200. And I think that's what we have for now. Remember to shop, dine, and have fun in your town. See ya.
Thank you, Mr. Rees. Here are some other things we would like to share with you, starting with Friday, November 14th. The Wolfeboro Makers Mill have an intro to 3D printing program from 4 to 8 p.m. Monday, November 17th. The Wolfeboro Public Library has drop-in cribbage at 1 p.m. The Wolfeboro Budget Committee will be meeting at the Wolfeboro Public Library at 6 p.m. Tuesday, November 18th. The Wolfeboro Planning Board will be meeting at the Wolfeboro Town Hall upstairs in the Great Hall at 7 p.m. If you would like to watch the planning board meeting from home, Wolfeboro Community Television will be broadcasted this meeting live on Channel 25 and on the WCTV YouTube channel. Wednesday, November 19th, the Wolfeboro Select Board will be meeting at the Wolfeboro Town Hall, upstairs in the Great Hall at 6:30 p.m. If you would like to watch the Select Board meeting from home, Wolfeboro Community Television will be broadcasting this meeting live on Channel 25 and on the WCTV YouTube channel. Thursday, November 20th, the Wolfeboro Budget Committee will be meeting at the Wolfeboro Public Safety Building at 6 p.m. Friday, November 21st. The Wolfeboro Public Library have Friday morning Scrabble at 10:30 a.m. Saturday, November 22nd. The Wolfeboro Makers Mill have a program on furniture painting with artsy techniques from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sunday, November 23rd. The Wolfeboro Makers Mill have a program on stained glass plant propagation sun catcher from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monday, November 24th. The Wolfeboro Public Library has drop-in cribbage at 1 p.m. Thursday, November 27th. Happy Thanksgiving! Saturday, November 29th. The Wolfeboro Christmas Parade is downtown at 3 p.m. Sunday, November 30th. The Wolfeboro Makers Mill have their monthly repair cafe from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, let's send it over to the Parks and Recreation Department. Tucker Gosling is ready with an update on all things Parks and Rec. We're sending it over to you, Tucker Gosling.
Thank you, Calvin. Tucker here at Wolfeboro Parks and Rec, coming back with an update for you guys on some upcoming things for this week as well as the upcoming winter season. So to kick off, we have our November senior lunch coming up on Monday, November 17th. We'll be serving delicious turkey, mashed potatoes, and a few other surprise sides that you would find at your table on Thanksgiving. Dessert will be a surprise sweet treat, so make sure to be tuned for that. Please note that this lunch is going to be at the Wolfeboro Town Hall upstairs in the Great Hall. Deadline to register is this Friday, November 14th, so make sure to reserve your spot early. Please note that pre-registration is required, so secure your spot by registering on Rec Desk. Pop Wheel and Ice and Arts Center is open for the season, so make sure to check out our arena schedule for public skate as well as stick time hours for this season. Abenaki season passes went live on November 1st, so make sure to check out Rec Desk for all the pricing as well as information on those and to make your purchase for the 2025-2026 upcoming winter season. We are still accepting applications for Abenaki. We're still looking for more outdoor help. If you want to apply for that, please feel free to stop by the office or check out the website. You can find our new staff application on there. You can send us an email, or like I said, stop in the office. We can give you one to fill out. Registration for our 33rd annual Turkey Trot is still live. Date of that event is November 22nd, so coming up quick. Make sure to register early so that you can get a guaranteed shirt size. Check Rec Desk for all the details on it. And if you're looking to volunteer, please feel free to call the office or stop by. We can give you information on how you can help for that. Other than volunteers for Turkey Trot, we are also looking for volunteers, as always, for Last Night Wolfeboro. That's at the end of the year, December 31st. So if you want information on that, you can either call or, again, stop by the office to get more information about that.
Thank you, Tucker Gosling. Joyce Davis is at the Wolfeboro Public Library with an update. We're sending it over to you, Joyce Davis.
Jen will be hosting Sea Glass Art for Teens on Monday, November 17th at 3 o'clock. Teens can create their own piece of sea glass art for their home. All materials will be provided, but if you have sea glass or seashells that are special to you that you'd like to use, you're welcome to bring them. Space is limited and registration is required. Participants must be at least 12 years old. This program is sponsored by the Friends of the Wolfeboro Library, and the wood frames for the project were built by Dave Bolduck and local teens from the Kingswood Youth Center. On Monday evening, November 17th at 6, join local residents and hikers Kathy Rosine, Brenda and Mark Lush, and Barbara Wilson when they share their photographs and stories from their recent adventures hiking in Peru. Share your favorite reads with us at a Reader's Roundtable on Tuesday, November 18th at 10 o'clock. Join in a lively conversation led by me and Jeannie Snowden from the Country Bookseller. We'll guide a discussion of the year's most talked about titles and recent trends. While the focus will be on what's new, there'll be plenty of room to discuss older favorites from previous years. Share your favorite or not so favorite reads, whether fiction, nonfiction, literary, or lighthearted. We'll also explore what makes a book truly memorable. All readers are welcome, and coffee and pastries will be served. The Lakes Region Visiting Nurses Association will be hosting a program to help those who may need a little emotional support as we approach the holidays. Coping with Grief for the Holidays, an open conversation with Reverend David Poole will take place on Thursday, November 20th at 10 a.m. in our Bradley room. We're looking forward to December when we'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the birth of author Jane Austen. We'll discuss her first novel, Sense and Sensibility, on December 9th at 1 o'clock in our Second Tuesday book group. We'll also be showing 3 terrific movies based on her works on 3 Wednesdays in December. Sense and Sensibility on December 3rd, Emma on December 10th, and Pride and Prejudice on December 17th. All are at 1 o'clock in our Bradley room. Mark your calendars for Saturday, September 6th from 10 to 2 for the Friends of the Library annual holiday book sale. It's a great opportunity to pick up books in great condition. You can definitely stretch your gift-giving budget with a stop. If you're in need of tech help, our IT administrator, Mike, is on hand every Tuesday to help you solve your tech-related issues. Please call us to make an appointment. And every Wednesday of the month from 10 to 3, you can get free one-on-one genealogy help with volunteers from the Lakes Region Genealogy Interest Group. Learn the fundamentals of genealogy research. Get guidance on starting your own family history, organizing your documents, finding records, exploring databases, using programs like Family Search and Ancestry, and more. These sessions are for beginners, intermediates, and beyond. Bring your own laptop if possible. Check our website for details on how to register. And don't forget, if you're looking for something to do that's fun, free, with no commitment, we have drop-in cribbage Mondays at 1, Mahjong on Thursdays at 1, and Scrabble Fridays at 10:30, open to all. And just to note, our Thanksgiving holiday hours will be closing at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, November 26th. We'll be closed Thanksgiving on the 27th and Friday on the 28th. We'll see you again Saturday morning at 9:30. Back to you, Calvin.
Thank you, Joyce Davis. Father Cole and Deacon Chris are at St. Katherine Drexel Catholic Church. For the report, we're sending it over to you, Father Cole and Deacon Chris.
Hi, Calvin. Good to see you. Welcome. Delighted to be with you here at this week at St. Katherine Drexel. Father Bob Cole and Deacon Chris
Hi.
Conley. Yeah. So delighted to be with you. And here we are now. This is Veterans Day week. We just had Veterans Day on Tuesday, and I understand they really had a nice presentation at the Wright Museum at 11 o'clock, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, when they had the armistice to end World War I in 1918. So it's good to build on that, and now Armistice Day has become Veterans Day. So why don't you talk about, I'm not a veteran, you're a veteran,
Yeah.
what you talk about?
I'm a veteran, and we had a nice Veterans Day, thank you. There was a nice program at the Wright Museum. It was very nice. And everybody's nice. When people say thank you for your service, that's very nice. I mean, you know, veterans kind of shrug it off, but that's a nice thing to say. So being a veteran is good. You know, and whether one was in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Merchant Marines, you know, we're all the same. It's basically young men getting together and they're serving their country. And it was a time in our lives. It was special to everybody, and veterans kind of understand it. So there's a certain camaraderie when we're around each other. We understand each other. So it was good. We very much have a shared experience. I was in Afghanistan 2 years. I was an embedded instructor for the Afghan National Army. Now don't blame me that the place collapsed, but that was a joke. It was a shared experience. It was a lot going on, a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and it happens fast. It all happens.
Now, you were in helicopters?
I was trained in helicopters, field artillery and helicopters, but in Afghanistan I was on the ground. They said, yeah, we don't need flyers right now. We need people to be on the ground and work with them. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did.
Okay. I've only seen pictures. It looks very mountainous.
Yeah, it's a mountainous place, a lot of desert. It's very cold in the winter. It has all sorts of terrain. You know, the people are nice. The thing that I always remarked on is people are very close to their village areas. They're very tight with each other. And I talked to my interpreter, because I had an interpreter almost the whole time I was there. And he always talked about his relations. He called everybody his relations. And so that was something that you know, he said that we had, you know, there was a disconnect, because I didn't quite understand, but anybody that lived kind of near where he lived was a relation. And he called him a relation.
So like the whole town was like a family?
Yeah, like he was in this place called Maidan Village. There's thousands of people there. It was a little community village, and he called everybody his relations. I go, you can't possibly be related. He goes, oh no, they're my relations. So, you know, when you think biblically, when they talked about Christ's relations, that's the community. That's the effect they had.
Yeah, it's a different mentality.
It's a different mentality altogether, yeah.
Right.
But they were close, and they were good to each other, and they were good to us, and we had a lot of fun out there.
So where did you live?
I lived in a place. It was called a fixed operating base. It was with the Afghans, so we were right with them we were in the middle of their base, and then we would go out, you know, basically where they went. And there were strategic places all over the country for us to go to, you know.
Did you live in a tent, or did you live?
It was, yeah, usually it was a tent living. But the tents were nice. They had electricity and lights, and you know, a lot of times they had heat, so that was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was interesting, because there was always a different place to see.
Okay.
Even in that area we were in.
So you were there for 2 years?
It was but it was about 15 months the first time, and at least 6 or 9 months the second time.
Okay. I like what you say, though, that veterans understand each other.
Yeah.
They have a certain camaraderie.
Yeah, I would say, like, we had a gathering here last week, and it was wonderful. But it was nice talking to the guys, because no matter who you talk to, there's always some common ground. Whether they were in the Air Force or the Navy, and I mean, they understood, you know, and they all kind of share this kind of goofy humor that nobody else gets, you know, but veterans get. So.
Right. So what do you have in your boot, in your boot there, right there?
You know, that's a very good question. My daughter Michaela gave me a medal, a St. Michael medal. It was kind of heavy, and it's shaped in the form of a dog tag. And the dog tag is a soldier's identification, and there's two of them. They normally wear them around the neck. But the infantry, they'll take one of the dog tags and they'll lace it into their boot. You know, there's a story behind that. It's a sad thing if something happens. Marianne's got a dog tag. Here's a dog tag. It's got the name, blood type, and the city they were from.
Yeah.
Now this is your brother.
No, this is a special one. I pray for this young man every day.
Yeah, he was
This
a
was an
Vietnam
Eagle.
veteran.
It was an Eagle Scout project that a young man did. And he gives people these dog tags.
Oh, nice.
And you can wear them and pray for these men every day.
Yeah, so that's a dog tag. And what the infantry guys do is they take one of these and they lace it in their boot. They wear the other one. They lace it in their boot. You know, it's a sad thing. If something happens, like there's a bomb, I mean, chances are there'll be a dog tag. So an infantry guy or somebody out in the field, they'll know exactly what the
Wow.
dog tag in the boot is.
All right, so the dog tag is something that everybody has in common then.
Yeah, I mean, certainly an infantry guy will know what it is, an Army guy or a Marine. You know, the Air Force and the Navy, you may have to explain it to them because they don't deal with that type of event, so, yeah.
Well, I think, you should tell us more about your previous life.
Yeah, there's a lot to share. There's a lot to share.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me just mention now, right now it's Friday, and the 14th we have Eucharistic Adoration every Friday. After Mass, 8 o'clock Mass until 1 o'clock. Come and pray. The church is open. It's a beautiful time to have that quiet time with the Lord. And then this weekend, at all the Masses, June Connors is going to be making a spirit bundle presentation for Thanksgiving dinners. And she usually has like 30 or 40 families that are fed with this spirit bundles presentation. So she'll do it again for Christmas. But this weekend she's making the appeal for food for a Thanksgiving basket to all these different families. So she does a beautiful job, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Also at the 8:30 Mass, the prayer shawl ministry, we have about 30 people that knit, and we're going to bless shawls, and we move it around, but this week is going to be 8:30 Mass where people can pick up these shawls and take them to shut-ins, people in nursing homes, people in hospitals, people recovering. They're beautifully done, and they're made with a lot of prayer and love. And then at noontime on Sunday, we're having our pastoral council meeting for November. We meet once a month, and the pastoral council, it's not an executive committee in any way. It's like a visioning group. Where are we going? What should we be doing? What should we be seeing? What does God want us to do? So I call it a visioning group as we go forward. That's totally different from, say, the finance committee that's making financial decisions. It's more of a vision type of thing. So that's at noon, and we have a nice group of volunteers who will really help us. Well, here we are now, heading toward the end of November, heading toward Thanksgiving. I do want to mention there's an ecumenical Thanksgiving service Tuesday, November the 25th at 5:30 at the Congregational Church in downtown Wolfeboro, okay? So that'll be an ecumenical service on the 25th. And then on Thanksgiving Day here, we have Mass at 9 o'clock. So more about that next week. But thanks for having us on, and welcome aboard, Calvin. Bless you all.
Thank you, Father Cole and Deacon Chris. And thank you for tuning into our weekly program. Remember, there is always something to do in and around Wolfeboro. If you would like to add an event to our program, please contact Wolfeboro Community Television at 569-0219 or send an email to wctv25@gmail.com. We hope to see you out and about, and we look forward to seeing you next week. With clear eyes and full hearts, I am Calvin from Wolfeboro Community Television. Bring your community to view.